Hey guys, this is GutsyCanuck here, bringing you another cast, and this one's a Captain's Mode one, which is kind of cool, so we get to see the picks and bans and stuff. And other than that, let's get started right away. So, I'm going to play that. That's actually really loud, so
Dyer's ban.
turn this down a little bit. Now, we've got Timbersaw for the first ban,
Radiance
for the
ban.
Dyer. Standard ban. Actually, is this ×2? Let's put that back at ×2. There we go. So, Timbersaw being the first ban, very standard ban.
10 seconds to go.
Looks like we're going to have a
Dyer's
silencer
ban.
also for a ban. That is actually not a standard ban, but I guess a personal preference ban. Just
10 seconds
this
to
could
go.
indicate that there's going to be like some
5
Warlock or some
seconds.
sort of AoE hero.
Radiance ban.
Dyer's going to ban Slark, another standard ban for this meta.
Dyer's pick.
Naga Siren, interesting. So they're banning a lot of defensive heroes. So based off that, I think the Radiant's going to be going off a more offensive draft, whereas at the moment we've just got standard bans
10
coming up from
seconds
the
to
Dyer.
go.
So we'll be
5
waiting on the
seconds.
pick. Looks like it's going to be
Reserve time.
into reserve time at the moment. So still waiting on the pick. What could it be? Probably an OD, a Lich. There you go. There's an OD.
Radiant's pick.
Just a standard first pick. Nyx Assassin. That's
Radiant's
an
pick.
interesting first pick. That's an offensive pick. It could also be defensive. Just that'll limit the Dyer from picking squishy supports and stuff like that. With the OD pick, they're going to be limited on mid heroes.
Dyer's pick.
Looks like a Kunkka's going to be picked up. I doubt that's going to be mid against the OD. Really, Viper's the only... Viper and Razor. Viper does well against OD. Razor holds up. So those are really the only two heroes
10
that
seconds
are
to
great
go.
against OD.
5 seconds.
So it looks like we're going to have Lich
Dyer's ban.
picked up. Nice defensive pick. So I think the Dyer realizes that the Radiant want to go aggressive and he is starting to pick up more defensive picks for this.
To go. 5 seconds.
That repeat is awesome.
Reserve time.
So waiting on the reserve ban. Probably they shouldn't like suspect like a Warlock or something like that. I'd probably ban out a Warlock or trying to think. Offensive.
Radiance
Marana. Yeah, there you go. So the Marana is a very top meta at the moment. Extremely
10
offensive.
seconds
Great at
to go.
initiating, great at escaping.
5 seconds.
For the
Dyer's
Radiant, they're
ban.
banning out defensive heroes, so they're going to ban out the Trent, not the Nature's Prophet. So, I think both teams know what they're
10
going for,
seconds to
and
go.
they're respecting each
5
other's decisions.
seconds.
That freaking double.
Reserve
I
time.
almost want to slow it down, but I'm not going to. But, I think they respect each other's, like they know what they're going to be doing, and they're just going to continue with their own plans, and rather than really stopping
10
one another.
seconds
They
to
are,
go.
like you could see, getting
5
rid of the
seconds.
Viper, which is an offensive hero, does
Reserve time.
shut down the OD a little bit mid. So they might even have to sacrifice mid. Just put a hero that you know you're going to lose with, but maybe, like, with the fast levels, could start ganking, stuff like that. Radiant, if they're going to ban some more defensive heroes, maybe guys with escapes. So, Bounty Hunter, Bloodseeker,
Radiant's
interesting.
pick.
That's an offensive hero, but if they are ganking and tower diving and stuff, they will get low in HP. So I guess
Dyer's pick.
that's an understandable ban. Troll Warlord will be picked up. Interesting hero for going on the offensive. Does give the extra attack speed, but doesn't really
Radiant's pick.
synergize well. Other than that, I guess they're hoping he just gets big himself. Crystal Maiden will be picked up. That's actually a pretty good offensive hero, but obviously can work defensively.
10 seconds to go.
So still waiting on the
5
final
seconds.
pick
Reserve
for the Radiant.
time.
Using the reserve time. AoE, they have some okay AoE. They will
Dyer's
pick up the
pick.
Warlock. So the Dyer, really, they're going to pick up a
Radiant's
safe
pick.
Weaver. It's crazy. Both these teams, I guarantee you, know what's going on. Like, they know what they
10
want, and they know what the
seconds to
opponents are
go.
doing. And they're
5
just, rather than
seconds.
completely, like, trying to change up their strategy,
Reserve time.
they're just okay with it. They're okay with they're respecting each other. I've already said that, but it's just surprising me how they're not really like you know, the Mirana and the Viper ban and the Trent and the Naga ban, it's understandable, but they're not actually making an effort to trump the other person's strategy. They're just, you know,
10 seconds
Dire wants to be
go.
defensive, and they're just going to stick to
5
defensive.
seconds.
They're not going to switch it up and try and be offensive.
Reserve
or
time.
the Radiant is offensive, but they're not really going a defensive
Radiant's
build.
pick.
Just in case the plans don't work out properly. So they will pick up the Venom, who actually could be a bit defensive. But it's a very offensive lineup, and there's going to be a Clockwork, so that's actually changing it up a bit. So they're not going fully defensive. The Dire, they will pick up that Clockwork, who does great at initiating. So maybe we'll see a switch up between both the teams. So people are just going to be picking their heroes at the moment. Actually going to speed this up just a little bit and then slow down when we enter the game.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
And here we go. So let's introduce our players first off. On the Dire, we have
Places,
Weaver,
everyone.
Crystal Maiden, Clockwork. There's a courier being picked up. Items, Clockwork has a lot of safe, probably predicting being alone in the off lane by himself. Wards and safe items from the Crystal Maiden. Weaver going to pick up a Wraith Band actually and Tango, so he's looking to be a bit more offensive in his lane, possibly picking up some easier last hits. We've got Kunkka top lane, it looks like. That's an interesting lane for him to go into. He's got 2 gauntlets, so he's playing it safe with the Tangos. We've got Nyx Assassin, does have some Tangos himself. Actually, a pretty safe build. Is he going to go mid? Yeah, I never really thought about their mid. Putting a Warlock, you know what? None of their heroes can beat this mid. It's just not possible. So, putting the most defensive hero, I think, which would be Nyx, is probably the smartest choice they could be doing. They could throw Kunkka mid, but you know, Kunkka's a carry. He needs the farm and everything. So throwing him mid probably isn't going to be the best idea. You could always sacrifice a Warlock, considering all you really need is his ult for him to have some nice team contribution. But he's just going to melt to the OD. So the Nyx with the Spike Carapace, he also drains OD's mana, so he doesn't quite. He won't be getting as many Astral Imprisonments off. Actually, this OD levels Essence Aura first. Interesting. I've never seen that before, so we'll see how that works. I guess that's preventing him from just spamming it right away and losing mana. He wants to make sure that when he's using Astral Imprisonment, he does have the Essence Aura. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm liking that. Either way, Mana Burn going to be picked up from the Nyx, so he knows exactly what he wants to do. He wants to get his mana off of him. And seeing as he didn't level Astral Imprisonment, I think that's actually going to work out quite nicely. So it's Kunkka and Venom top. This is actually going to be pretty devastating to Weaver. He's going to take a lot of damage. But we do have Lich doing some pulls over here. We've got Crystal Maiden in the jungle, going to be farming that up. Clockwork bottom. Troll and Warlock. He could actually be a bit more aggressive considering there's only 2. This combo is alright, but it's not super deadly, so we might see some nice plays coming out of this Clockwork. Meanwhile, top is getting smashed by the Kunkka and the Veno. OD mid. Nyx still mid. Leveling up Spikes. His stun, Impale. It's interesting that he's not leveling up Spikes. It's pretty good against the OD. And now that he has Imprisonment, we should be seeing that being spammed soon. Might just wait till level 3 so that he gets the maximum efficiency off it. Crystal Maiden looks like having a hard time in the jungle. It looks like she's farming the ranged creeps, which is probably not what you want to do until you reach about level 3 or 4. It's better to just stick to melees, because the range, even if you kite them, they're still going to do damage to you. So, not the greatest thing from her. Either way, Weaver trying to get some harass done up here at top. Kunkka actually doing pretty well, 7 last hits. Let's check the last hits of everyone at the moment. So, looks like all the Radiant's in the lead. Actually, Weaver is not even in the lead for his team. There's a lot. They're all pretty much at 2, but he's really having a hard time as it is. However, he is getting some nice solo EXP, so that should help him out. Down here at bottom, we don't... Fatal Bond's not being leveled. Interesting. But Clock's keeping his distance, so probably a little bit hard to get off on him. This Troll, however, is getting a lot of last hits. Not only last hits, but denies. Look at this. He's 7 denies, 10 last hits. This Troll's insanely getting farmed. Meanwhile, we've got Nyx in mid. Still doesn't really have anything. No bottle. That looks like the null talisman will be picked up by OD. How's the courier going? Not upgraded yet. Let's check out the radiance. Still not upgraded because it is not time yet to upgrade it. Meanwhile, I see some action going on here at top. Looks like Lich going to be slightly picked off. The torrent actually hits. Lich is going to fall here. Oh, maybe not. That's a nice salve. Weaver needs to be careful. Veno's getting pretty low. Can Weaver kill him? Oh, it's getting close. He will be able to kill him, but oh my goodness, Weaver might be able to get away. There goes Lich. Weaver will get away. No, he's turning around. Oh my goodness, that cleave. Not the smartest idea, but did want to go after the Kunkka. Needs to watch out. Lich is getting pretty low too, but they will be able to manage. They will manage to pick off Kunkka. So First Blood did go to the Dire. They also got 2 kills out of that, but Kunkka did live as Weaver fell. So I'm not sure who exactly benefit. I guess you could say the Dire did, but this Kunkka got a lot of the XP, and considering he's the carry, I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm going to give it to the Dire, though, for that one, just because it was First Blood and 2 kills. So that Lich got to live throughout the whole thing. Crystal Maiden still jungling the range creeps. I'm not sure this is the greatest idea. She's taken a lot of hits. So hopefully she finds these 2 creeps and starts farming them. Weaver doing some nice harass. Venomancer actually with the Wraith Band, so they really want to keep this harass going. Kunkka's playing it safe. And that's actually a really nice pickup. Maybe not the magic wand, but I think a magic's... Yeah, I'm kind of questioning the magic wand because he is a carry. And Lich does have some spam, but he's not actually in the lane, so I think just the stick would have did well against the Weaver for the Shikuki. But I'm liking Veno with the Wraith Band. That's a really nice pickup. Really just cutting down this Weaver. Meanwhile, middle lane, we do have a bottle with the Illusion Rune
Guess what's happening to Dire's
in it
bottom
for the
tower?
Nyx Assassin. We do have boots picked up for OD, so he's not too worried about mana and stuff. Whereas this Nyx obviously will be. Actually, OD's in a little bit of trouble here. Activating the Illusion Rune. He doesn't have any mana to do anything. Looks like we have 20 HP on the Clockwork down at bot, so just barely escapes an engagement here. Looks like a DD Warlock. I don't even see Troll. Did Troll die? Yes, he did. So
Dire's bottom tower's getting
that's
the
actually
business.
really bad for the Radiant. Clockwork getting a kill, and it's not just any kill. Look at this Troll. He's 22 to 8. He's literally like double plus the Weaver up here at top lane. So things are not looking good carry wise for the Dire. But he did fall down here, so I think that's a really good thing for Clock to do. I kind of wish I saw that, but either way, OD Nyx still out in the mid. Looks like pulling still happening by Lich. Not stacked though, so he needs to be a bit careful. But there isn't too many creeps left. Looks like Kunkka, and then we're gonna try and interrupt this. Ooh, just barely misses on the slow. But they're still gonna go for this. Torrent's going. He's actually getting hammered. Gets slowed, but look at Weaver's HP. He can't help. Does he have any heals? No, he's saving up for Hannah Midas, and I think this is actually a little bit too greedy from the Weaver, because he's taken way too much damage up here. He needs to get some heals going, so that he could get a bit more last hitting and stuff.
Dire's top tower's getting beat
Doing
down.
a little bit of harass to Kunkka. Needs to watch out. Oh my goodness, that cleave just shreds Weaver. He really needs to pick up some heals. Meanwhile, CM has a bit of items, does have
Dire's
some
top
wards.
tower, you know the drill.
There is already wards on the field, so she has been doing good in the warding. OD looking really nice in levels, maxing the Essence Aura. Down here we have a regen rune spotted by the Warlock. Looks like Nyx is going to get it as he guards it. Clockwork, level 6. Doing really well at bottom, actually. Not in terms of last hits and stuff, but getting that kill was really important. That does slow him down, but look at this. 30 last hits. Still double the Weaver and the OD. And it's not just him. Like, Nyx is winning. Nyx is winning his lane. This OD has 14 last hits compared to the 9 on Nyx. Nyx even I can't even say the word. Out denying the OD. Like, this is not good. There's no casualties here in mid, but this is just... OD should not be losing this lane to a Nyx. And it's happening. So, actually, you know what? things are already looking pretty bad for the Dire, and it's only 3-3. It looks even on the scoreboard, but you know, CM's having a hard time in Woods. Weaver's having a hard time up here. Looks like he will get his hand of minus recipe, but that's still not a hand of minus. It's 7 minutes in the game. Troll, even though he died bottom, he's still getting a lot of like, this is crazy farm from a Troll. This is insane. Even going to the jungle. With all the mystics. We're going to have an engagement here. Looks like they will manage to pick off the Nyx, which was definitely needed. Clockwork doing superb this game. This Clockwork's on a roll. He's got 6 last hits, but he doesn't care. He hit level 6, level 7, starts ganking, and it's working. Looks like a little bit of rotations for the CM. She does have mana, could give it to OD, but he's kind of low in HP. He still hasn't used the courier to get this. I haven't really seen it being used, except for just now with the Dire, with the Weaver. And Weaver will get the deny on the tower, so that's pretty decent. Does get hit by the Venomous Scale. Just backing up, needs to play it a bit safe. Kanka actually pursuing. He wants this kill. No one else is here. Misses on the torrent. Weaver's gonna actually start turning around and fighting this, but still needs to be careful. Look at that cleave. It just shreds him. Weaver's going to use his time lapse. Looks like Lich actually taking a bit of damage. Needs to be careful. Will deny a creep, but there's the torrent. It's going to hit the Weaver. Weaver's in big trouble. He's getting low in HP. He tries to Shikuki out. That's not going to happen. Lich also falls in the process. Who's up here to defend this? We've got OD with the haste rune. But there's nothing they can do. Look, this Kunkka gets away at low HP.
Tower's getting beat
This is
down.
crazy.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Kills are even. It's 5-5. But look at the last hits. Oh my goodness. Check out the KDR actually. So Clockwork is in the lead. This is a 3-0 Clockwork.
Right now.
Which if he continues rotating and ganking could actually help recover his team quite nicely. 3-1 on a Veno. That's a really big Veno. 2-1 on the Kunkka. The only kill for really the Dire other than the Clockwork is the Weaver. That's about it. And he's got 3 deaths. Getting close to hand. There goes the hook shot by the Clockwork. Gets him with the cogs, using the battery assault. Troll Warlord, whirling axes, trying to do something. This is actually not looking too great for the Clock. He needs to be careful. There's the attack speed bonus, but he's taking a lot of damage. Troll Warlord switching to range mode. He needs one more attack to kill the Clockwork. Oh my goodness. Clockwork falls. Troll with the magic wand. Never even used it. That's 5 charges on a magic wand.
Could use a little help.
So that will end Clockwork's streak. Not only that, the streak is getting ended to a Troll Warlord. And he was by himself here, folks. Picking up that Dominator now. This Troll is insane. He's doing really well. Venomancer sticking down here. Kunkka now mid. He's got the levels. He could actually probably just stay here for a bit. Ooh. Will he be able to kill this OD? He just needs one more hit. Oh my goodness. Nice imprisonment, but these creeps, you need to get out of the range. Oh my goodness. Doesn't get out of the range. Gets
deep six.
fishing critted. There goes Lich trying to make something happen out of this. There's nothing Lich can really do. He can maybe burst him a bit. But he's got a torrent. He should be totally fine. Denying a creep. Using the torrent. Nice torrent. It does hit. That Lich ult actually gonna bounce. This is not good. Needs to step away. Oh, Nyx in the wrong place at the wrong time for his teammate. They're gonna try and go for this Lich. Veno getting some nice DPS off with his auto attack. Looks like Crystal Maiden trying to keep him back, but oh man, just gets obliterated. Weaver trying to make something happen here. Needs to watch out for the spikes. Looks like his own little bug will trigger them. Going on this Weaver, but going on this Veno, but Veno still manages to pick the kill off on Lich. Does, however, get the kill. OD trying to come back in here, uses the imprisonment. Weaver entering the fight again, gets hit by the stun. OD's fine by it, uses the Eclipse. What's it called? Sandy's Eclipse. There you go. So a lot of action going on there. Clock will finish the kill with the hook shot. 9-8. KDR is pretty even, but look at this. You got a 5-2 Veno. This is scary. This is your support here who's on 5-2, and he's starting to not look like a support anymore. In fact, he doesn't really have any support items, but he is warding, so that's good. 4-1 on the Clockwork. He did end his streak earlier, but he's still in the game, doing these awesome rotations and getting these kills going. He's got some nice items, actually. Treads on him already. Let's check out Weaver. He has his hand. He's starting to pick up in his farm. He's almost got his treads. Does have still that Wraith Band. Meanwhile, mid, there's a gank going on. Looks like just a team engagement. Will that boat hit? No, it will not. The torrent did hit. It's doing pretty good, but there's 4 Dire, only 2 of the Radiant. That heal, though, is making Kunkka super tank. There goes the Venomous Gale off by Veno. It does hit on the Lich. It hits on the Clockwork. They will be able to pick off the Kunkka for the Dire. Nice ult by Venomancer. But there's still 4 Dire here. Here comes the backup from the Radiant. Nyx is invis. He's going to get the crit. Or, sorry, not the crit. Just the big damage off on the Clockwork will shut him down. Looks like Lich will fall to the last word. And OD barely escaping with his life. Crystal Maiden trying to stick around. She's still got 2 wards up on her. These wards are still lasting pretty nicely. So, Radiant does have some wards too. Like, this is a pretty offensive ward. We've seen a lot of engagements going around here. We're now starting to see a lot going around on the mid tower, hinting that they want to push this down. Oh no, the Gale hits on the CM. She's just too fragile to do anything. She's going to get the Frostbite off on the Venomancer, but he's going to escape. Yeah, he will. There's also a double damage room at bottom. They do see this, but I think they want this tower dead. They're even going to pull some creeps. Kunkka getting pretty big. Urn of Shadows. He doesn't even have any big items. He's just tank. With the last word, he's so tank. He's got Urn, Bracer, Treads, Strength Treads. And even the safety magic wand. Like, he got this really early. This is pretty devastating for the hero, the Dire at the moment. There goes the bow. Doesn't manage to hit the hero, but it does do some significant damage to the creeps. We've got down here Courier bringing an item to Weaver. It's going to be his Treads. He's just going to keep them in agility mode, keep them as offensive as possible. They need some damage on this team. This is a 7-2 Venomancer, 4-2 Clockwork, 3-3 Kunkka, 3-3 Weaver. Still anyone's game, but it's got some nice plays coming out of the Radiant. The only nice plays I'm seeing from the Dire are from this Clockwork, and he can only do so much at holding up the team. Going to be getting a chainmail. That's probably going to be a blade mail eventually. Looks like Nyx wants to engage on this. There's no wards here, so they need to be careful. This Lich. It's hard to tell what he's going for. It looks like he's just going tank, but it doesn't matter how tank you are. This Nyx with his ult, his Vendetta, you're just going to drop. Nice last hitting by Kunkka. Let's check out on the last hit scan. I haven't even seen Troll this game. You want to know why? Because this Troll has been farming non-stop. This is a 77 last hit Troll.
Regeneration.
77. His items aren't even showing. He's just like he could dominate actually that this Alpha Wolf and get some more damage going for him. But this is crazy. There's only 4 of the Radiant in action at the moment. I guess you could say 4 for the Dire because Weaver's kind of just AFK farming also. But you know, 4 on 4, Radiant's winning. You have to be a little bit worried. Dire's gonna back up here. OD using his imprisonment, keeping him behind. Weaver looks like gonna try and engage. He's staying back. He's waiting for the right moment. There goes the Venom's Gale. Ooh, not a smart ult by Lich. In fact, he's gonna probably fall here. He's got stuns going on him. He's also got the Gale. Weaver trying to do some damage over here. Actually, Warlock's getting pretty low. Nyx is low too. Maybe the Dire could do some picking off here. So Weaver gonna try and get some more kills. Oh, nice salve by Nyx. Gonna keep him alive, but will he actually live this whole thing? No, he will not. The Urn's unable to help from the Kunkka. Kunkka is so tank, but the other ones were. Dire finally pulling ahead a bit here. They still aren't ahead in kills, but that was definitely a good engagement for them. This Weaver catching up. But he's like half of what the Troll Warlord is for last hit. Oh my goodness, that boat just shreds the OD and Crystal Maiden. Beautiful torrent, beautiful boat. This Kunkka is just ripping. Going back to kills. These are like my 2 favorite. Q and W. Actually, I could just do that. There you go. Just do that. But the kills, oh my goodness, this Veno's still in the lead. Clock gonna fall here. That Urn's gonna kill him. Kunkka's now doing really good. He's on a killing spree. 2,100 gold. Just get that Daedalus up and running soon. Maybe Shadowblade, we'll see. Probably Daedalus. He's got such good survivability. I don't think he needs the Shadowblade. Yeah, you could use it for initiating, but he's doing a great job as it is. I think you could just rush that Daedalus. Keep getting the damage going. You're already tank enough as it is, especially with that last word. That's insane how tank that makes him. Warlock a little skimpy on items, but he's doing some good supporting here. Troll Warlord's actually not doing too well on items. He's going to pick up that Ogre Club, so we're going to be rushing that BKB soon. He's got some really nice last hits, though. Almost 100 last hits. It hasn't even hit. It hasn't even hit 20 minutes in the game. Usually you'll see, like, at top peak, 50 last hits per carry, but this Troll is actually exceeding the expectations. Veto going to try and pursue this kill. He's actually starting to take a lot of damage from the OD. Clockwork using the hook. It will manage to kill the Venomancer. He also traps the Nyx. Will fall to the Weaver. So Weaver looking a bit stronger now. He's 6-3. He's starting to catch up with the farm. The Hanamitis is actually helping out. It did hinder his early game, but it's starting to pick up the pace for himself. However, the rest of his team not doing so well. OD trying to work on that 4-staff. He's almost got it, but this is a mid lane OD on a Nyx, and he still doesn't have his core item is treads at the moment. He doesn't have a 4-staff. He should have this about by now. He'll be lucky if he gets it by. He'll probably get it by 18 minutes, which is alright, but, you know, if you're an OD in mid lane, you should have this 4-staff by 16 minutes. 15 if you're really lucky. Clockwork still same items. He's still getting some nice kills, but he's starting to fall behind a little bit. As I said, you know, you really have to snowball hard with Clockwork if you're going to see him continuing to get kills throughout the mid game. He got some kills early game, but they picked up a chainmail for him, but he's got to be really consistent. He's got to keep doing this, but they're starting to group up. It's looking a little bit harder for him to do. Troll's still farming. Let's check out what the Radiant's doing. Lich is just going tank. Beautiful ult by Veno. Beautiful invis. That boat, excellent. Not looking good for Clock. Clock's taking a lot of damage. There goes the Warlock ult. Nice Lich ult, actually. It's doing some nice bounces here, but Lich is going to fall. Clockwork's going to fall. OD even going to fall. This is just 3 down for the Dire. Radiant should have no problem pushing this. Troll's even going to join the fight now. Also has his ult. The minute they get close, they can ult. There we go. Going to pop it. Golem. Melting the creep wave. Kunkka also has his crits going on. He does pick up the drum, actually, so he's playing it safe. He's got Blades of Attack, so probably going to be his crit now. So he is not going Shadow Blade just as well. You don't want to be when you're doing this well. That teleport's going to have to cancel from Weaver. And he's still really far away from his Lincolns, actually. 20 minutes is an okay time, so it's still possible for him to get it. I doubt it, though. He still needs the 2100 gold for the ultimate orb, and then the recipe on top of that. So we're probably not going to see this ultimate orb till at least 22 minutes. He is pushing top tower, but his base is getting kind of hammered here. Not so much the base. They're just getting a lot of kills. In spots they shouldn't be getting kills, the Radiant. Like they're getting kills inside the T3, the tier 3 tower. We were trying to push this top, but he's going to have to back out from this Warlock. He does not have ult, but, you know, with the last word, he's just too tank. You can't really do much against him. And all he needs is auto attacks, really, to keep this wave back. Actually, I take that back. This tower's getting pretty low from this wagon. Weaver is going to farm, though. He's not going to get it, which could put it in deny range. Here comes the creep wave. Yeah, this should be in deny range. And he's going to try and fight it. Weaver's just not sure where the other opponents are. He's just staying back. Dagging on Nyx. Crit is now on Kunkka. Finally, we're going to see an actual core support item from this Venomancer. So he's 11-4. He's still scaling in kills. He's snowballing pretty hard. And he's looking pretty offensive until he finally picked up this mech. So he is now going to transition to more of a support role. Kunkka's here all by himself, gets a torrent, gets the X marks the spot off on the Weaver. Weaver's actually taking some big damage. Lich is nearby, Clock is nearby. Kunkka needs to be a little bit careful. Do they have vision of this? They do have vision of the Warlock coming up from the ward. There goes a hook shot by the Clockwork. Oh, that imprisonment, not really working, not really synergizing well with the team. Oh my goodness, the big crits off Nyx. He's also got the dag. It doesn't even need to use it. The mana burn is good enough. Looks like Lich is going to fall here. Kunkka, however, does fall. There's the Venomous Scale. Going to be used on Clockwork. No chance for him. He's fallen here. This is not looking good for the Dire. 27-16. We were calling GG already. A bit too soon, but it is not looking pretty for the Dire whatsoever. There's just too many deaths going on, and now that Clockwork's fallen behind, you know, it's pretty much on. There's a lot of weight on this Weaver's shoulders because this OD just hasn't scaled. He does have his 4-staff. I didn't see when he got it, but he's not this OD is not looking scary at all. And when you're a middle lane OD versus Nyx, you should be looking scary. Weaver's getting a bit closer to his Lincoln, so he will have that by 22 minutes. But it's still not the efficiency he wants to have it at. Probably from that early game. Veno does have his mech. Looks like Warlock's going to be rushing that. Scepter. And the Ogre Club's great. It just helps to make him even more tankier. So it's always good to pick up the Ogre. I think on any hero, it's always good to pick up the Ogre Club. Even on, like, if you're a Phantom Assassin. Okay, you never go Scepter with Phantom Assassin, but I'm just saying, if you were like a Phantom Assassin, you know, picking up that Ogre Club is really good. It gives you the tankiness. Gyro, you don't go Scepter with, but getting that Ogre Club. I'm using bad examples. Basically, if you're going Scepter, I think Ogre Club's one of the best first items to go, rather than the Staff of Wizardry and the Blades of Alacrity. The damage is nice, the extra intel is nice, but just being tankier. Even on a Lich, you would go Ogre Club for his Scepter to make him tanky. And this Lich would definitely be doing that. Meanwhile, back in the fight here, Earn Charge will be popped on Weaver, but he's fine thanks to the Time Warp. Time Lapse. Time Lapse. I think I called it Time Lapse earlier. Kanka looking a little slimmer on his gold. But Troll's got his BKB. Weaver does have his Lincoln. It's a little bit late. Venom adds Mechanism. Warlock just picking up some more support, so he's really taking the whole role of supporting. On this team, I guess you could say Crystal Maiden is. Lich, I haven't seen too much supporting from him. He's mostly going tank items, but he is working on that mech now. Nice deke of the stun through the 4-staff. That was a good 4-staff by OD. The ship, however, is going to just destroy this Lich. Not even the ship, just the Nyx from the Spike Carapace. But there's 3 Dire. Maybe they could do some picking off here. Nyx missing on that stun. Nice Cogs by Clockwork. Does manage to trap him in. Weaver here also, doing some DPS. Actually picks up a late Ring of Aquila. Just to compliment his Wraith Band. It's not too much gold. Might as well get it. Just helps to keep out the pushing. Venom's doing some nice split pushing here. This tower's actually taking some pretty big damage. Any rotations coming from the Dire? I don't really see it. Crystal Maiden's just going to push out this wave here. OD could come. Needs to be a little bit careful. Warlock. Probably going to just be placing runes. They have a rune on... Roshan. And he could soul this too. There's a ward coming out from the Crystal Maiden. Using Last Word. Like, look at this. Is this Ursa or what? He's just... Every attack is just big. Plus the Last Word, it's like he's not even taking damage. Rosh doesn't know he's dead yet, but he is. I think he's starting to know now. Dire doesn't see this. That is a really good ward, but... I mean, and the Radiant's got a ward here too. It's hard to tell. They have a lot of defensive wards. Really good defensive wards, actually, because there has been a lot of action going on in the jungle, especially in this spot here. They wrap around, they come into here, and get the kills. So, good defensive wards by the Dire. And Radiant just has that. They've been actually not too... They haven't been really into the warding until recently. Like, they have a lot of offensive wards. They got this one in here. This one even in the lane after the tower was destroyed. And then this is probably the most defensive for at the moment. They have been defensive early game, and they haven't been spending too much on warding. Sam's actually got some okay items. Considering the amount of supporting she's doing. Nyx looking for pickoffs. Clockwork keeping it safe. Does have a mechanism. I don't see that too often, the mechanism on Clockwork, but I think it's a good idea for at the moment because Clockwork's a really suicidal hero, so adding the extra survivability just so that you could catch some people, I think is a great idea. This is a smart choice from Clockwork. He's no longer offensive, and especially against like Troll and stuff, you really aren't going to be that offensive. All he's going to want to do is trap people in his cogs, live for as long as possible, while heroes like Weaver and OD hand out the DPS. Weaver's working towards his Deso. Oh my goodness. That's an interesting ult. It looked good at the time, but oh my goodness, and Crystal Maiden using her ult. Oh no, this is not good. That's a lot of wasted ults. I think even OD missed on his. Oh my goodness, yes, he just did. I wasn't sure if he used it already, but that definitely missed. So that was 3 ultimates technically failing there for the Dire. This is not good for them at all, and it's starting to show. 4 dead. Weaver's the only one still alive, and actually he's going to be chasing after this Venom. Should be able to get him. He does have a Shikuki, probably just one more auto attack. He will pick him off. So, Weaver's got a wicked 6 streak, but oh my goodness, those ults hurt. CM ult missing, OD ult missing. The Lich ult was looking good, but they just walked back. And everyone was back here. They really couldn't follow this up. We were going to be trying to go for a kill here, but I don't think it's going to really benefit him. He's turning around. I think he could have lived that. He's got buyback. He's going to buyback. Troll's pretty low, but he's got lifesteal and stuff, so he should be fine. Is Warlock nearby? Warlock is not nearby, so he must have just bought back to defend. But Weaver's going to pop that Aegis from the Troll Warlord. Actually, Lich is back up. He's trying to get some kills here. He's going in on this Kunkka, but Kunkka is really tagged. He's still got some urn charges, but that bug's going to prevent it. So he's actually going to fall here. The Torrent will be able to pick him off. There's a Dust being used by Nyx. Nice dagging, but Nyx, ooh, you're a little low. No, you're not going to be able to pick off this Weaver. So double kill on the Weaver. Kills Death's assist. This Weaver is
That's 4 in a row. 2 down.
really catching up. 11 kills on the Weaver. This is insane. He just got more and more kills. He picked off everyone. So 11-4 on Weaver, but you got a 1-2 12 Lich, sorry, and a 0-7 CM. They're really losing impact on this game. Last hits denies. You're still pretty far behind. That's weird how it changed like that. I liked it where it showed just to his top. There we go. So Weaver he actually caught up on last hits. He is the best on his team, and he's actually trumped all the rest of the Radiant except for the Troll Warlord. Back to kills because this should be fixed too. He is the top for kills,
Radiant's mid tower.
surpassing the Radiant. So he's finally caught up, but I feel it's too late. He didn't have any early game impact, which Weavers can have some early game impact, but his team just took a huge beating, and it's not necessarily the Weavers' fault. It's just they took a huge beating, and now they're missing ults and stuff. It's really just not looking too good for the Dire if you're on the Dire's team at the moment. That was crazy. Those 3 missed ults, that really hurt them. But will they be able to make a comeback? Looks like the Radiant's just they're actually taking it nice and slow, just pushing what they have to, getting what they need. They never got the melee racks. They did get the range racks. And Kunkka's almost got his Daedalus. He's 400 gold away from Daedalus. Nyx looks like just keeps on leveling up his Dagon. It's already level 3, going to be level 4 soon. Meanwhile, Lich still far away from that Linken's. Crystal Maiden really doesn't have anything. It's decent items, but it's not what you want for Crystal Maiden at the moment. You're just really squishy. 4 staffs would be nice. Troll using his ult, trying to hammer down these racks. This should be easy peasy. They could back out. Rosh isn't up, but top lane's pushed, so they could always push top lane. Meanwhile, ooh, Crystal Maiden missing another ult. They're very defensive ults, but they're not landing on him. Look at this clock. That just really hurts having that golem in there with you. He does have mech, but he's not going to pop it. Interesting. I mean, some teammates were even nearby. I think that mech would have been good. I don't know about the CM living. She will live. But Lich, ooh, in a bad spot. Nyx is even here, so he's going to fall. Meanwhile, over here, Weaver does have his Desolator now. So he's starting to actually snowball pretty good with his farm, but the Radiant's still getting some nice kills. They're just going for, like, CM Lich. Clockwork is doing his suicidal hooks, but he also forgot his mech. I think, honestly, the Dire would still have a pretty good chance in this game, if not for all the misplays. It's just been a lot of really, I guess they're under a lot of pressure. But they're really misplaying hard, and it's costing them. And OD's going for mech, so we've got 2 mechs going on for the Dire, but I think it's because Lich just is too far away from his mech. OD's a lot closer. He even has it. I think going in this case with the OD, I guess you could say losing mid. I think if he went Mechanism first over the Force Staff, it would have been a lot better. Because he would have had it at about the same time he had his Force Staff, but there would have been, like, we've seen a lot more. We haven't really seen too much effective use of this Force Staff. It's been used a few times defensively to save teammates, but there hasn't been much else they can do. Nyx Assassin getting a kill on the CM, really out of position. Weaver backing up. Venno does spot him. They do spot him. They are trying to chase him, but he should be fine. He does have his ult. He has his Shikuki too. Could just pick up a teleport and he'll be all good. They know this. They're going to back out. They know they can't catch him. Daedalus now on Kunkka. Troll Warlord even getting Daedalus himself. His items actually haven't been that insane, considering his farm. His farm has been just superb. Excellent job. OD gonna fall here from the poison. No chance for him. Clockwork getting stunned by the Spike Carapace. Troll activating his BKB. He smells blood in the air, and he's gonna get it on the Clockwork. Venno stank here. This is a pretty tank Venno, actually. He's going for Scepter. Ooh. Troll Warlord diving. The poison does manage to kill the Lich. CM. She should be fine. She's kiting him quite nicely. CM with a Ring of Glow. That's actually really interesting. Questionable item choices from the Dire. Questionable ults, that's for sure. Plays.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Daedalus now on Troll. How's he's got a Scepter even. Warlock's got a Scepter, so there's 2 golems coming out here.
The Dire might
Weaver using bugs, trying to keep mid lane pushed out. There's not a whole lot he can do. It's just him and CM. I don't think there's really a chance for these racks. He should just wait for his teammates to revive and then see if they can get some pickoffs afterwards. He's actually doing some really nice damage though with this death up. There goes the Lich ult. That's actually a really good Lich ult. I'm really impressed. Beautiful OD ult even. They just melt the Troll. And actually Kunkka's getting low in HP, but he's still staying here. He's trying to get some crits off. This Weaver though is going ham. He's getting a lot of kills. 6 in a row, double kill on the Weaver. Really, like, this Weaver is now ahead in kills. He's finally caught up to the Venomancer. A 14-6 Venomancer. This is insane. The carries are just doing meh, but this Veno is just, my goodness, the poison is just ripping the Lich and the CM down. This is a 1-14 Lich, a 1-8 CM, and, you know, 3-6 OD. This is really not looking too well. But this Weaver, despite all this, Weaver is doing a great job at staying in the game and making the Dire work for their victory. I mean, making the Radiant work for their victory, which is starting to look pretty close. They did not get top racks, but, you know, they're not even half HP. That'll be no problem. They can put up some wards there, get a few Daedalus crits going there. Easy peasy. So we've seen the KDR, 14-4, followed by 14-6. Last hits denies, 159. Weaver's actually caught up. Pretty good. Oh, he needs to be careful. Nice time lapse. He's going to actually try and continue to fight this Venno. With all his teammates here, this should be pretty good. I think they should push on this. Warlock, do you have your ult? Yes, you do. But you don't have a Nyx and a Venno. Actually, they still have their 2 carries. I think they should be fine. They can defend this. Actually, Venomancer are going to get a kill on the Weaver, so the poison. This poison is so destructive, this game. Warlock, Necrobook, Force Staff. Probably. A lot of gold on Troll. He could probably go Satanic or something. Good ward for the... Actually, still great warding from the Dire. But CM's basically done all of it. I think Lich should start helping out a bit. Even though he's dying a lot. And this is a pretty tank Lich. Not for 34 minutes in the game, but if he had this around 20-25 minutes, this would be a really tank Lich. This Rosh is just going to melt. Easy pickings for the Troll Warlord. And look at their warding. They're just doing, you know, they are warding, but they're not going extensive all out on the wards. They know they have a lead, and they're just like, alright, we don't really need vision. We're going to be pushing racks and stuff, so just put it up to see who's jungling. Maybe we can get some pickoffs, stuff like that. OD's actually got some okay cash. I do like the Force Staff on OD and the mech, but maybe a Sheep Rush would have been good. No. No, not for this OD. This is actually a smart decision. You have to really do well in your lane if you're going to go for a Sheep Rush. Which you go for Sheep and skip the mechanism. So... We're going to see probably like a 40-minute shadow. Oh, he's already got it. 36-minute Shadow Blade. Oh, Kunkka. Funny Kunkka. Clock. Easy pickings. Did he use mech? Nope. This Clock has mech, but he hasn't been using it, so... I think he's kind of just given up on this game. They're all top. They're going to easily melt. Actually, these racks healed up pretty nicely. At least this one did. I swore that was at a half HP. That's some good heals. Maybe they tried backdooring it or something. I don't know. Weaver's actually got a lot of cash. Not sure where he's going to go. Radiance. It's a little too late for a Radiance. I haven't seen too many Radiances on a Weaver anyways. It's probably going to be just more damage. MKB. I doubt it's going to be like a Scotty. Yeah. Demon. It could be a Rapier. It's actually a possibility. Just go all out. Might be a Rapier. We'll see. Anyways, nice Force Staff on the CM. Ooh, she's going to instantly die. That's a nice ult by Lich. He was having some questionable ults early in mid-game, but he's starting to land them, which is really nice. Dust being used on the Weaver, but unfortunately the Warlock ult did not hit him, which probably would have guaranteed the kill. However, they will... Ooh, Weaver will... I mean, Venomancer will actually fall here. These racks are going to die. 3 are dead. It's just Clockwork and Weaver. See what they can do. Clock's kind of in the base. Well, Weaver still wants to get some kills here.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days. Radiant's bottom
Gonna send out the
tower's
bugs,
done for.
which I actually don't even know what they're called. Let's check it out. The Swarm. There you go. Is that Dagon 5? It is a Dagon 5. No wonder the CM just instantly turned snowflakes. They're going to back out. Just play it safe. They probably could have ended by now if they played their cards right and just stayed aggressive. But it's always best to play safe. I mean, this Weaver is big. And if he does go for a Rapier, you know, there is a slight chance of recovery. Because they... I don't know if you could hear that, but just ignore that. But there's a chance of a slight recovery. If he does get a Rapier and doesn't die. I think he need Aegis, and that's still a while to come. They're just pushing out the lanes, making sure... Yes, this is a Necro Book on the Warlock. Ooh, he's almost got enough if he chooses MKB. Doing some nice damage. No one's got Butterfly, so he doesn't necessarily need MKB. But it's always nice. Battle Fury. This is actually understandable, though. It's not really great to rush the Battle Fury. The Fishing Crits is good enough as it is. The Tidebringer for your AoE splash damage, but late game it is nice to get a Battle Fury. It just really ensures that with the Daedalus you're gonna be melting creep waves on all your attacks, not just with Tidebringer. So I am liking this later Battle Fury pick. The late Shadow Blade though, especially when you're pushing like towers that have detection, is pretty questionable. I don't think he needed the Shadow Blade. He has to start dying a bit more. Weaver actually taken the lead for last hits. But he's got a lot of creeps in his base always. But Troll did a really good job this whole game. It took a while for Weaver to catch up. KDR, Weaver's actually ahead in kills still. 16-5 compared to the 16-8 Veno. This Veno is basically like Weaver. Talisman evasion, Halberd, maybe a Butterfly, who knows. I hear BKB. Looks like Troll going to activate. A little engagement with the OD and the Weaver. OD going to back out. Weaver sticking around Raw. She's actually going to try and go for Cookie. He's going to back out this way. Crystal Maiden slowing down this Veno. Lich. OD still around. Nice scale by Veno, but it's not going to do much. Ooh, actually, that was not good. He activated Shikuki and popped it, so... Ooh, instantly falls here. And he bought MKB, so there's no buyback. I think that's GG. So this is a 6-slotted Weaver, but when you're dead and you have no buyback, there's not much you can do. OD gonna fall here. Even the Warlock all gonna get him. They're just gonna push mid. They don't even need to go buy. Crystal Maiden's gonna fall. Nice hook in by Clock down here on the Kunkka. There goes the ult by Lich, bouncing on some golems. Now some creeps. No, Lich is gonna fall. Yes, he will. Venomancer the only one to fall here in this fight. They even got the Clockwork. Did he activate his mech? Yes, he did. So that's good. At least he got that in. But Troll. Actually, there you go. MKB did work because Troll had Butterfly.
Dyer's mid towers having
easy pickings. They're all dead. They should actually just push. I don't know why they're just standing around. No, if they buy back, they could just back out.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help. Hope the Dyer weren't partial.
Interesting. They're just gonna let the creeps do it. Creeps are actually doing some significant damage.
The Dyer's ancient ain't gonna last. Is this
picking off some creep waves? Warding was really consistent this whole game. More wards from the Dyer, but it didn't pay off.
For the Dyer's ancient.
The ganks were just too strong. The aggressive lineup paid over for the defensive. And even though they did pick up the aggressive Clockwork, who did get kills, it just didn't work out mid-game. So there you go. There's your game. Scoreboard will pop up. MVPs of this match, I think I would give it to the... Oops. Oh, that sucks. Well, anyways, I'd say I'd give it to the Veno. The Veno did really good. Clock did nice, but fell off. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.